Ready for another spin through set 4? Let's get to it. Hi, Brian from Airflow Music here once again. Welcome back to another video. This is day 21 in our Go Practice Daily series. Hope you're having a great day. I've got a busy one on the go again. Plenty of things to be getting on with, and the hour of the evening has gotten a little late, and I'm determined for this to be out to you tomorrow. So I'm going to get straight into the exercises for today. Because I'm recording these a little late, you'll notice that I'm doing two things. I'm playing it in a cup mute to take the edge off the sound, and I'm playing quite softly. So I will boost it up a little bit in the edit to make sure you can hear the metronome and my notes. But yeah, I'm playing this really on the soft side because I'm getting to the point of the evening where I shouldn't be playing here in the apartment. Okay, so let's get straight into exercise 1. We've moved on to set 4 now. If you don't have set 4 yet, as always, it's available as a free downloadable PDF from the Airflow Music online store. You'll find the link in the description below. Okay, exercise 1 is the same thing that we've been doing. We're just on the ascending descending minor pattern now, and so it's the same rules that we've been following for the exercise 1s all the way through. So we're going at 60 beats a minute. I'm attempting to play in time, so I'm tapping my foot and subdividing the beat. I'm breath starting the first note of each phrase. I'm attempting to breathe in time on the rest bar. Out for 2 beats and in for 2 beats. Okay, I'm playing this long setting, so I'm keeping the mouthpiece on my lips throughout. I'm trying to keep my corners at least basically in formation, even though I'm not keeping them too tight throughout. Okay, so yes, exercise 1. Let's get into it. Okay, so that was exercise 1. Went pretty well on the whole for me. A couple of little things airing in and out because I was playing so soft. But generally that went fairly smoothly. And I'm certainly feeling the return of my response following all the hard work I put my chops through at the weekend. So that's good news. That's starting to come back together, and I'm sure it'll be really back to full strength by tomorrow. But yeah, much easier set today. I really enjoyed that. How are you finding these? Are you enjoying the pattern? It's somehow more melodic now than just playing intervals, isn't it? Sweet little minor key thing. A little bit melancholy, but I'm rather enjoying that. But there you go. How are you finding it? Anyway, you can always comment and leave me a message below and let me know how that's going for you. Okay, so let's move on to exercise 2. Exercise 2, we're playing what I like to call the Clark halves. It's like half of a Clark 1. So it's the 3 note ascending descending chromatic pattern, because we're keeping the triplets going, but we're also trying to stretch across that minor third interval. So yeah, you'll see it on the PDF or on the screen as I play it if you didn't encounter it in yesterday's video. Anyway, other than that, the rules are basically the same as what we've been doing. This is not a long setting exercise, so I'd like for you to reset at every 2 bars rest. Other than that, what are we doing? We're going at 80 beats a minute, And the moving notes, there are 3 bars of the triplets. The first bar is slurred, second bar is tongued, third bar has 2 beats slurred, 2 beats tongued. Hold note, then the 2 bars rest that I mentioned before. Okay? So, let's get to it. Exercise 2. Good, so that was exercise 2. Generally, again, that went pretty well for me. I'm playing quite softly, so a couple things dropped out here and there. But I'm starting to feel much more smooth with this again now. Rather enjoying it. And it's nice to stretch a little further from centre. Or from start note, if you like, on each one. I'm rather liking that. But the things that have been plaguing me weren't too bad today. The slotting in the low register and the articulation in the low register was pretty clean for the most part. I'm sure when I look back at it there'll be a couple of slips here and there, but on the whole I felt pretty happy about that. How are you getting on with this? Are you liking this new pattern? As ever, yeah. Any questions or concerns about this exercise? Or comments or anything else? Yeah, leave them in the comments below please. Otherwise, like I say, busy day and I need to get this out to you for the morning time. So I'm going to let you go for this one. So if you've enjoyed this video and these exercises, please do hit that like button, makes a big difference, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll be back again with the next one tomorrow where we'll take another spin through this, and yeah, we'll see what we get up to then. In the meantime, until I see you again, you know what to do. Go practice.